Hello students, welcome to our class. So today we continue our lecture for the third lesson for the standard 8. Our subject is general science. Okay. So in the last lecture we start our third chapter, that is the force and pressure. Okay. So here we continue the remaining part in this chapter. You listen carefully. Okay. So in the last lecture we this question will be reduced in your textbook. Okay. Here I shown you this is reduced part in your textbook. So here we complete these points, that is the contact force and non-contact force. Also we see their examples, and here also we continue our next point from this point. Okay. So in the last lecture I also tell you about the syllabus, that is this part get reduced from your textbook. Okay. Then we see the next point. So this point also get reduced from this to this. Okay. So we start from this point, use your brain power. Okay. So in this use your brain power, they ask the question like, you have learnt about the static electricity in the previous standard, that is the electrostatic force is a non-contact force. Also we see the in the last lecture also electrostatic force is a non-contact force. So to verify this, which experiment will you perform? So by using your brain power you should find out the answer of this question. Okay. Either again I explain in the exercise question answer at that time. Okay. So here we continue our next point, that is the balanced and unbalanced force. For this we try this activity. Okay. Which activity? This activity, in this para whole activity we see. First I read this activity, then I explain. So first take a cardboard box, then tie thick string to its two sides and keep it on a smooth table as shown in the figure 3.4. Take the string on the both the side of the table. Tie weighing the pans to the two ends. Keep equal masses in the both the pans. The box does not move on the table. If the more mass is, if after doing activity, what should be we observe by this activity? So this activity will be shown by using these images. Okay. So first you take a cardboard like this. You should take this cardboard. Okay. Then tie the thick string. Here you tie the thick string on the both the sides of this cardboard. Okay. So you should tie thick strings to its two sides and keep it on the smooth table. This cardboard with tying these strings keep on the smooth table. Okay, as shown in this figure. Then in next activity, tie the thick string to its two sides and keep it on a smooth table as shown in the figure. How this arrangement is done? In this way you should done this arrangement of this cardboard box. Okay, here it is a cardboard box and we tie these two strings on the both the sides of this box and keep this box on this here we keep the box on this table in that way. Okay. So in the next activity we see, take the strings on the both the sides on the table, means here these strings should be like laying like this on the both side of table. So in such a way you should arrange this box on the table. Then in next step, the weighing pans to the ends, means here tie two weighing pans on the two ends of the strings in that way. Okay. Then keep equal masses in the both pans. Here we keep the equal mass. Here 1 kg, mass of 1 kg are kept in the both the pans. Okay, means weight is the same in the both the pans. So what happened? The box does not move on the table. Due to this equal masses, this box remain as it is, or position of this box does not change. Okay, it is remain as it is on the table. And if we change the masses, then what happen? If we keep the more mass in the one of the pan, if we add the one more weight in this pan, here we add the one more mass of the 1 kg in this pan. Then what happen? By keeping this mass on the other in the another pan, then what happen? The box starts to moving in the direction of that pan. Means if we add the one more weight in this pan, then what happen? This box start to move in the in that sides which contain the more weight. Okay, so here due to this more weight, this box get moved to that end which end contains the more weight. Okay, so in this way we do this activity. So by doing this activity we should observe that when the equal gravitational force act on the both the pans, when equal masses are kept in them. Means here what happened? In the first case, when we kept the same weight in the both pens, then what happened? The box does not move, is remain as it is. Why? Because in both the pens weight are equal, and on this weight the gravitational force act on this both the pen is equal, because weights are equal present in the both the pen. Means in first case what happened? The gravitational force which is acting on the both the pans are equal, because of it contains the equal masses in each pan. Okay, and we see due to this what happen? This means balanced force act on the box. So here the force acting on the, here what happened? The force acting by this weight and by this weight from both the side on this box is equal in amount. Both the force acting on the box is same, but the direction is opposite. Means here direction of from this side is here, and direction of the force applying by this here. So in that way we say that balanced force act on the box with the effective force equal to the zero, as these are acting in opposite direction. Means here what happen? both the pans both the pans apply the force, equal force on the box, but resulting force is zero. Why? Because the direction of both the forces are opposite. These are in that direction and these are in the opposite direction. So what happened in these cases? So here the force is applied in the same magnitude, but the direction is opposite. Due to this what happened? The resulting force is zero. So here there is a net force is zero which is applied on the box, and due to this zero force, box does not change its place. So in this way we see for the another activity, if we do see the another activity, in the another activity what happened? We add the mass in the one of the pan. Okay, after adding the one more mass in the another pan, then what happened? The gravitational force act on this both the pans become unequal. Means gravitational force act on this pan is more and this pan is less. So force acting on the box from both the side is become unequal. The magnitude of force become unequal. Here from this side the force is more, and here force become less. So due to this unequal force what happened? The box will get removed or move on that side which having the more force. So due to this more weight, the force is more at this side, and due to this box get moved that side, that is the pan which containing more weight. Okay, so in this way we see that there is a force get unbalanced. Here in first case force is balanced due to the same weight, but the force acting on the boxes in the second condition, the force get unbalanced. That is a difference forces act on the same box in unequal amount. So here we see that if more mass is kept in the one pan than in the another, then what happened? The box start to move in the direction of the pan that with the more mass. Means box get move towards the pan which contain more weight. And here we say that when unequal forces are applied to the box on the two sides, here what happened? Unequal force means amount of force applying on the force is unequal. Here is a, from here it is more, and here it is a less forces applied on this box. So here in this case when unequal forces are applied to the box on the two sides, then what happened? unbalanced force act on the box. Here what happened? The force which is act on the box is unbalanced, is not same on the both the side. So here what happened? Unbalanced force act on the box, and due to this what happened? This results in the imparting motion to the box. Imparting means the position of the box will get changed toward that side which contain more force. So in this way we see the another point, that is the balanced force and unbalanced force. Okay, so here we see what is the balanced force and unbalanced force. So in first cases, when the same weight is kept in the both the pan, then force acting on the box is balanced force. And when we change the weight in the both the pans, one of the pans, then what happened? The force act on the box from both the side is become unequal. That force is called unbalanced force. So children's playing tug, if we see the another example, children's playing tug of war pull the rope in their respective directions. So by seeing this example we also see the how the balanced and unbalanced force are worked. Okay, so here we see the second example, that is the children's playing tug of war pull the rope in their respective directions. So here we see the second example with the help of these images. The children's playing tug of war pull the rope in their respective directions. So in this game what happened? The children take a rope on the with their hands with the opposite hands. Okay, so here while playing such type of game, the pulling of this rope takes place in the opposite direction with one another. So if the pull of the force is equal on the both the sides, if we see this image, in this what happen? The pull means pulling of this rope is takes place by both the boys or both the children with the equal amount of force on the two sides. So in such cases what happen? The rope does not move, means if the pull strength of pull or magnitude of pull for the rope is same from both the direction, then what happen? There is no change in displacement or no change in takes place between the direction or the placement of this rope. So here we see if in this case if the force is more on the one side, if the one children pull the rope towards itself by the stronger way, so in that case what happened? The rope move in that directions, means in this game what happened? On which side the force is more, on that side's rope will be moved. So here we see the another example for the balanced and unbalanced force. So from this we can say that this means that initially the two forces are balanced, means in first condition when the pull of the rope is takes place by the in the same or equal quantity by both the children, then in that case we say that the force is applied on that rope from the both the side is equal. So such force we called, these are the balanced force. And in second condition what happened? The ropes will pull in the one direction, that is the by one children's with the higher force. Then what happened? The force will this rope will move towards that children's which apply the more force. So in such condition what happened? Applied force become unequal. The magnitude of this force become unequal on the both the sides. So this is the example of unbalanced force. So in these two examples we study what are the balanced force and unbalanced force. So in this game, I again repeat this game, that is the children's playing tug of war, then pull the rope in their respective directions. While pulling the rope with the same magnitude on the both the sides, then what happened? This pull of the force is equal on the two sides. So due to this resulting fact is that the rope does not move, it remain as it is. And in second condition what happened? If the force is more on the one side, the rope moves in that direction. This means that initially the two forces are balanced, means in first step the forces applied on the rope is balanced force. And in the second step, what happen? The rope moves in the direction of higher force when the forces become unbalanced. Meaning in second condition, what happen? If one of the children apply the more force from that side, then rope will be moved on the that children's side of the that children. Then let us we see the one more example. When a big grain storage container is required to slide on the ground, it becomes easier if two persons push it rather than one person. Means here what happen, if there is a big grain storage container is there and we have to push there, or we have to change the placement of this container from one place to another on the ground. So for this there is a need of some more force for pushing this container. So in this case there is a two person is required for pushing this container. So if the only one person push this container, heavy container, it cannot be easily pushed by that one person. But if we apply the more force by using the more two persons for pushing, then what happen, this container will easily change their places, or it can easily get pushed. So when the force is applied by both in the same direction, then movement of this container takes place very easily and comfortably. So you may have experienced this. What do you understand from this example? Means if we again see this example, this is the container of the grain storage. Then when a big grain storage container is required to slide on the ground, means for sliding this container, what should be required? It required the it becomes easier when we easily move this such type of container when two persons, in this image if we see, if two persons push it container from the same direction instead of the one person, then what happen? When the force is applied by both the same direction, the movement is easy. Means if the two persons were pulled this container on this, both the persons push this container in the same direction. So in such case, this container will be moved very easily towards that direction instead of only one person. So the force applied by one person is less than the force applied by the both the persons. So we increase the magnitude of this force on that object. So when we increase the magnitude of this force, then this displacement of this heavy container get easily. So also we experience such type of examples at our home also. So from these examples, what do you understand? So we understand some points I here explain. That is, first one is, if several forces are applied on an object in the same direction, then what happen? A force equal to their addition acts on the object. So means if there is only one object and we apply the forces, that is not only one force, we apply the number of forces on that container, but the direction is same for the all forces, then what happen? The resultant forces become greater. There is addition of all the forces takes place, and magnitude of this resultant force will be greater, and due to this what happen, this object get easily move from one place to another place. And also we see the second understood the second point, that is, if two forces are applied on the one objects in the direction opposite to each other, then what happen? Means we apply the same equal amount of force on the same object, but the direction is opposite. Means in that case, in case B, see this example, we applied equal magnitude of the force on the same object, that is on the same box, then resultant force will be, what happen in that case? The resultant force will be 0. The force equal to their differences act on the objects. So in that case we see the second point, that is the B. What is the B point? I again repeat, if two forces are applied on the one objects in the direction opposite to each other, a force equal to their differences act on the objects. Means how we calculate the magnitude of the force for such type of case? So in this case B, if the two forces applied is same on the same objects, but there is a direction direction is opposite. Then how we calculate the magnitude resultant force, magnitude of the resultant force? So that force which is act on the same box is equal to their differences act on the objects. So here we should take the difference between the forces of these two, means we take difference and find out the magnitude of the force on that object. Then we see the second fact, that is the force is expressed in the magnitude and the direction. So due to this we can say that force is the which type of quantity? This is the vector quantity, means we know that the quantity which is expressed in the magnitude and as well as in the directions, means for expressing this quantity we require the magnitude, also we require the direction, in which direction such forces act. So this is the both two important factor for calculating the force. So due to this we can say that force is the vector quantity. Okay, so here we see these three we understood all these three concepts from these examples. Okay.